All right, today is going to be one of those days that's just going to get you thinking, okay? Because what's happening at the end of the year is everyone is looking at budgets, they're looking at what they can afford, they're looking at all these different things. And I just had this amazing conversation with my coach, with my mentor, and what we were talking about was how do we increase productivity rather than decrease our expenses? How do we not take things away that are actually building our health, making us better, that sort of thing? How do we not take that away but increase our productivity? So this is the best explanation I have, okay, on how I'm going to explain this. Okay, so everybody has a certain amount of stress. So we're going to pretend like this is one person, okay? And pretend these lines are the exact same. So this is the stress load that this person has, okay? This is the stress load that a person has on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, however you want to look at it, okay? This is the amount of stress that they do. We aren't going to add anything to the pot. We're not going to take anything away from the pot, okay? So this is what happens. What we try to do in health, in prosperity, how to grow, how to not look at the paradigm of lack, okay? We want to look at prosperity, abundance, that sort of thing. Like you worked on it all year long, and then you're almost to the end of the year and people are freaking out, okay? So I want you to think about this. This is what a normal like just a stress load of a person is, and just put whatever you want down for month, day, year, whatever you want. The red line is the potential that your body can handle it, okay? So this is the potential that somebody would have that just Joe Blow, okay? We're just talking about just a normal person. They would, if you look at an action potential, every time this black line gets above the red line, what happens is your body starts to break down, okay? Your performance decreases. So when we think about that, think about when you get sick. Like what happens? You can't go to work, right? Where your kids get sick and you have to stay home from work, try to work from home, try to get stuff done. When your potential for this stress load is low, what is it doing to your life, your everyday life? Okay, we have to think of this stuff as, especially chiropractic care, and I'm going to get to it in a second, but the things that you're doing on the daily to improve your productivity, those things can't go away, because when those go away, this line lowers. Then your ability to adapt to the stresses decreases, which means then you have the cascade of sickness, decreased function, decreased productivity. You have lack of love, lack of connection, lack of whatever, funds, finances. Like finances is a huge thing right now that people are talking about a ton. But what we're trying to do is like take away these expenses and take away these stressors. That's not happening. That's not working. What would work is increasing productivity so that you can handle the stressors. Okay, that is what chiropractic is going to do for you. Okay, I also want you can put this into any aspect of your life. Like, how can we increase the production of what you're looking for, the goal that you're looking for, versus decrease the expenses or the efforts you're trying to put in. Okay, so what happens then? Let's look over here. Pretend these are the exact same lines. Okay, so I drew these, so it's not perfect. But what happens is once you start to get adjusted, we improve your adaptability, okay? We increase that line. So when that happens, you improve production, okay? Which increases your ability to go to work. It increases your, what you can do, okay? It increases the connections you have. It increases all these things in your life, okay? Because you don't keep, hitting that threshold line where your body breaks down, okay? So what we want to do is make sure that we keep this line increased. And that's what we're doing here, okay? So when I hear, and this is coming up a lot, we're having a lot of financial conversations. And what stinks about all of that is that you look at your budgets and you look at what's going through, and then right now you make a decision based on what you're seeing and what you're hearing, okay? I know there's inflation. I know groceries are really high. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with different, like, end of the year, bonuses, no bonuses, all these different things. Like, there's all this going on. I need you to look at your life Be really intentional about your story, not everyone else's story. What's your story? What's your family's story? What's your family's priorities? What are we actually wanting and gaining? And what have you been doing that's been working this whole time? But we forget that it's been working because right now we have a lot of fear, or we have a lot of uncertainty, or we have these different things that come up. Like, I know that December, we have shopping, we have a lot of gifting to give, and we have why can't I come up with a word, cooking, like all these different things, having family over, that sort of stuff. I get that, but that's all new things. That's adding to this line, okay? Which, when you add to that increases these spikes, which means that if you don't have the potential high, then your body's going to start to break down. Your financial story is going to start to break down because you're changing this line, not because you're changing this one. But what we do is we often move away from what you've been doing this whole time to increase your potential, because it's scary and it's something you can do. You can control it. I get that, and take that away. But what happens? Then you decrease your potential, and then you keep hitting this with your stressors. You increase your stressors. The numbers wouldn't work out. If you ask your accountant how that would go, it just doesn't work out, okay? So make sure you're thinking of your health that way. This is a longer video, I get that, but it's a big conversation that keeps coming up. What have you been doing all year that has been working, and then because at the end of the year things feel tight, things feel a little wishy-washy, so you start to lose the sleep. You start to take away your investments of your health, like chiropractic care or supplements, or your workouts, your time. You start to decrease all that or get rid of it, which increases your stress levels, decreases your potential, and you're just breaking down. So it doesn't make sense. So make sure you're listening to your story and you're understanding your story. You've worked so hard to be where you are right now. What has been working? What has changed so that you are able to be where you're at? Don't get rid of those right now, okay? Try not to. Really try to. Just don't. Let's troubleshoot. Let's figure some things out. Let's look at your story, your specific story, okay? And then you can plan for the next year or whatever. But I've had multiple things come through the office this way lately, and I just hope that I'm explaining how your health works. How does this bucket of stress load on you? How can we not necessarily change that, but change your adaptability to it so that it doesn't break down your body? That's what we do, okay? Don't forget that. And don't forget about your daily routines that you're doing at home and those things, just to maintain and stay strong and adaptable so that you can handle the increased stress load that's happening right now. Listen to your own story, okay? Look at your own story. Do not be swayed by what's going on in the world. Make sure you're looking at your own thing and not falling into that trap, okay? All right, everyone have a great day. And if you have questions on this or want to troubleshoot something, please connect with me. I'm really great at this kind of thing because I just know that it works. It works. So, yeah, we will talk again, and expect more videos like this to come in the future. Whether it be about stress loads or brain-based chiropractic or, anything related to creating that wholesome life that everyone is hoping to achieve and deserves to have. So have a good one, everyone.